What's up, guys? This is Jake with Casual Ecommerce, and in this video we're going to officially introduce the concept of private labeling and creating your own custom branded products to the channel. So this video is going to be pretty much a basic overview of the entire process, and if you like this video and you want to learn more about private labeling and you want me to turn this into an actual full-fledged series for the channel, then go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, and if this video hits 100 likes, then I'll go ahead and turn it into a complete series. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into my computer and get right into the nitty-gritty. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So first off, we're going to go ahead and just give a brief overview of what exactly is private labeling, so that way you know what we are talking about, and then I'm going to actually show you an example of a product that is being private labeled, and I'm going to show you an example of the benefits of doing this live. So private labeling is essentially just taking a generic product, sourcing it yourself, and then putting your own branding on it. And then you can take it a step further by also getting your own customizations of the product to make it more unique. So that way, if you're selling in a niche or a market where there's other competitors selling the same product, which is pretty much every single market, then you can go ahead and set your product apart by maybe, if it's something that has ingredients, maybe use a different ingredient, or if it's something with features, maybe it has a different type of feature. There's a lot of different ways that you can go ahead and make different customizations to kind of make your product stand out over the competitors. But private labeling in a nutshell is essentially taking a generic product and just branding it yourself and then creating a brand around that. So we're going to go ahead and get into an example of that in just a second, but before we do, I just wanted to briefly cover why would you private label, why wouldn't you just sell the generic product as it is. So as soon as something has branding on it, the profit margins are going to absolutely skyrocket. So that is the number one reason for private labeling, is that your profit margins are going to go through the roof, and I'm actually going to show you a live example of that here in a second. And the second thing is that when you private label your own products, it's a lot easier to create a brand around that, create a brand name, create brand association, and all of the positive aspects that come with branding. It's a lot easier to go ahead and create all of these things when you've gone ahead and private labeled your own product instead of just selling a generic product. And then with brandability also comes sustainability. So what I mean by this is, when you establish a brand, it's a lot easier to have a business last long term when you have a solid brand image, branded products. That's really the key to having a business last years and years and years instead of just a few months. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into an example real quick, and I'm going to try and elaborate on the idea of private labeling by showing you a live example of a product sold generic and then a product sold with custom branding, and they're the same product, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at these benefits live. So let's go ahead and hop over to Chrome, and I figured this would be a good example product because this has been a pretty hot product over the last year. So this is the activated charcoal toothpaste powder, and it's supposed to whiten your teeth. So you can see this is just a generic one right here, probably sourced straight from China, or being sold straight from China, dropshipped straight from China. And you can see it's priced here at $5.22, and given the estimated shipping time, I would assume this is probably coming from China. So you can see right here that we are selling this for $5. So we're not selling it for very much. So let's go ahead and take a look at this same exact product on eBay. So here's a listing on eBay that comes with a toothbrush as well, and you can see that over 4,500 sold, so 2 sold in the last hour. So obviously this is a trend that's actually still active to this point. Now, how active it is, I don't know. I'd have to do further research on it. However, that's not for this video. So you can see that over here on eBay, it's got free delivery in 3 days, and it's selling for $7. So this seller possibly bulk ordered these and are just drop shipping them maybe from a fulfillment center or something for $7 on eBay. So you can see the first two examples we looked at, they're not really selling this product for very much. So $5.22 and then $6.99. And both of these products you can see are pushing a lot of volume. Now we're going to go ahead and take it to the next level, and I'm going to show you a company that has essentially created an entire brand around this single product. And you're going to see that it's pretty much the same product, if not the exact same product, and I'm going to show you where they're most likely sourcing this as well. So now we're over here on carboncocoa.com. So this is a pretty good example for the activated charcoal niche, because I've seen their ads a lot, so I know these are one of the bigger players within the niche. And you can see by looking at the container, pretty much the same black container right there, except it's got their own custom branding on it here. You can see that their site looks really nice, really clean. They got the nice branding colors here. They got really professional looking header. They have some social proof here. They have really nice professional pictures here. So this is all the this demonstrates the ceiling of private labeling, because not only do you want to put your own branding on the products, but you want to actually create your own powerhouse brand on the site. So you can see that these guys are doing a really good job of this, and they have plenty of testimonials. And let's see, this is probably their Instagram feed. So you can see that they're doing an amazing job with branding. So we're going to go ahead and just see what they're selling this exact same product for. So going over to the shop here, so you can see they have a bunch of different kits and stuff, which is cool. This is something you can do. You can see that they're selling kits for $120, which is pretty crazy considering this whole kit's probably sourced for like 20 bucks. But we're going to go ahead and just compare the same product here. So you can see that the activated charcoal toothpaste right here, just this little container right here, which is literally the same container as these, except with their own logo on it. They are selling it for 30 bucks, and you can see it has 2,465 reviews. So clearly they're moving a lot of products, because you got to think about the percentage of people that would typically review a product is relatively low. If we go with relatively generous numbers and say 1 in 10 people would review a product, that means they've at minimum sold roughly 25,000 of this toothpaste right here, which is way more than the eBay listing, and they're selling it for 6 times the price as on eBay. So you can see the power of private labeling a product like this. Instead of just selling it generically here for $5, $6, $7, you can brand it yourself, sell it for way higher, and then at the same time you can create literally an entire brand around this. So this is essentially a powerhouse brand now within this niche, and they are essentially the pinnacle of the niche. So you can see they have a really nice landing page here for the product, really nice sales page, and then the testimonials, and then all the reviews down here. So this is the monumental difference between selling products generically, which is what everyone does, versus private labeling. So if private labeling is clearly this much better, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, to put simply, it just takes a lot more effort and it's a lot harder, which will be covering the steps needed to private label in subsequent videos. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the source of these products. So we're going to use the one everyone's familiar with first, which is AliExpress. You can see if we were to try and drop ship this with the toothbrush here, that with ePacket it would be $4.39. So you can see at this point this product's been out for a while, so it's being generically pushed down a lot. So you can see that drop shipping it straight from here isn't even very good margins anymore if we're not branding it. If we're just doing it generic, this isn't really going to provide very good margins anymore, which is usually what happens. The longer a product is out, the margins are just going to keep getting pushed lower and lower, the more competition floods into the market. So we can see right here, you can source it for that. But now we're going to go ahead and look at where you would typically source some private labeling products. So now we're over here on Alibaba, and you can see that this is the same product here, just unbranded, for 90 cents to $1.20 per package, depending on how you order it. And then if we look at these other things, they have some other products available as well, and then you can see that they actually have branding right here, and you can see this is custom branding, so they allow you to put your custom branding on here. So I would imagine that this company right here is sourcing their products from over here in bulk for around these prices, and then they're marking it up to this. So they are literally marking it up 30x, which is a lot better than, let's say, even if these guys are buying it generically from, let's say they could even cut this cost in half because they're not going to need to e-pack it or anything. So they're still only marking it up 2x versus 30x markup, and not to mention these guys have a brand, so they're going to have a lot more repeat customers. So if somebody buys some generic toothpaste from this company, they're not gonna, there's nothing really memorable about that, so there's no reason for them to come back and buy this again. But if they buy it from this company and they like the product, they know the brand name, it's already ingrained in their head, so they're gonna come back and buy this product again. So this was a very quick example and overview, kind of giving you an idea of what private labeling is, kind of introducing you to the concept and showing you all of the potential benefits. If you liked this video and you want to see more content related to private labeling, and you'd like me to go ahead and turn this into a series, go ahead and like the video, and if this video gets 100 likes, then I will go ahead and turn this into a series. So with that said, go ahead, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I will see you guys in the next video.